Alright guys, let's talk Southwest. Apparently they canceled over 2,000 flights here in the past weekend, and what was their excuse? Well, of course, it's weather, and as anyone who travels all the time knows, when they say it's weather, more than likely it means mechanical malfunctions, employee problems, just other BS they didn't properly plan for. Basically, airlines all the time use weather as a basic way to say, hey, you know what, we screwed up, but we're not going to tell you it, because if we screw up, we got to refund your tickets. We got to figure out what to do with you. But if it's weather, you can't really, you can't hold us accountable for weather, right? So they use weather all the time. And again, anyone who travels a lot understands this. I traveled all the time for work back in the day before I had my son. Then I realized, of course, I didn't want to travel anymore. I wanted to stay home and raise my kid. But when I was traveling, it was so frequent that they would say, oh, weather delays. And I'll go talk to someone over at the gate, and they would almost always just say, well, apparently so-and-so is apparently late for work, or, well, we're still waiting on the pilots to get from their other plane over to this one because apparently they had to switch out. There was crew issues. Basically, they would always tell me something other than weather when I was actually at the gate talking to them. So weather is used all the time as an excuse. Now, the funny thing is, of course, though, in this instance, we know it's not the weather. You know how we know it's not the weather? All the other airlines had no problem. So all the other airlines had delays. Yes, like American Airlines suck. Don't ever take them. But American Airlines, I think they had, just under like 100 delays. Spirit had, around 100 delays. So basically, all the other airlines had about 50 to about maybe 300 delays max, right? But Southwest, over 2,000 delays. Over 2,000 delays. And you're going to tell me this has nothing to do with the supposed protest that's happening over some of the vax mandates that might be rolling down. The media right now is trying to ignore this. The media right now is trying to ignore all these delays because here's the deal. Even if this doesn't have to do with the vax mandate protest, let's just buy that lie, right? Well, and obviously there's people who come out who work for Southwest saying that there is an internal protest happening and that's what's causing it. But let's just claim that all these people are just, I don't know, just they're lying, they're making stuff up, they're trying to get a good story going. If it's not that means Southwest is experiencing other issues they're not telling us about. That means all the other airlines, of course, apparently are doing normal, but again, it means that Southwest isn't really handling their stuff properly at the very least. Now we know everyone has just all jobs, across the board have been being cut. And because of that, no matter what industry you're in, you're understaffed. So maybe the airline, maybe it's just that. Maybe the airline's understaffed. This is still a problem. Don't forget, Biden recently said, hey, it's great. It's great all these people quit because they weren't vaccinated. So it's good they lost their jobs. Thank goodness. That's what Biden was telling everybody. And what's happening now? No matter where you go, you're getting worse service. You're getting less working hours. Fast food restaurants, for God's sake, I don't remember them getting my orders wrong this often, I'll be honest. And I don't remember them ever having to be open from 12 to 7 being their only open times. It's absolutely ridiculous right now. And if this is starting to hit the airlines, we're in some serious trouble. A lot of people, you don't realize how many people travel all the time for work. Just all the damn time for work. People do a lot of traveling in this country. I mean, I used to be gone for 2-3 weeks, out of a month. That was my schedule. I was flying just all over the place. And people fly everywhere. So if this is starting to impact air travel, and we got a problem, especially coming up to holiday weekends, you're talking Thanksgiving, you're talking Christmas. What if these issues persist? And people are going to start hurting. People are going to start hurting because guess what? Everything's, of course, gone up in price. So no one wants to drive anywhere because gas has just skyrocketed. I think they said rental cars are on average 50% actually more expensive, which from what I saw seems to be true. And no one wants to travel by car anymore. It's just too damn expensive. Airline, they've stayed reasonably about the same. In fact, a lot of them actually lowered their prices because, well, there was a downturn of people actually wanting to fly there for a little bit because they were scared. And my God, if you've been to an airport recently, you'll always see at least one person, and I swear to God, in a full hazmat suit. I don't know how to get through security in that, to be perfectly honest. I have to take off my shoes, my belt. They apparently can walk right through with a full hazmat suit. But there's airlines or air travel starting to pick up again, yet now the airlines are having a hard time adjusting, at the very least. At the very least. Again, according to people who claim to work for Southwest, they say there is an internal strike going. So either A, we got an internal strike that's going to really damage airline travel, or B, we have an economy that's so screwed up that they can't hire enough people to make sure air travel, that will also, again, screw up air travel. Either way, air travel screwed up. And it ain't weather. It ain't weather, I'll tell you that. Either way, it just, something definitely to mention, something to keep in the back of your mind, because I'm telling you, this is just ridiculous. I have a lot of people who I know who are flying right now, and their flights got canceled. I normally recommend Southwest because I like Southwest overall. Screw American Airlines, they lose my luggage all the time. Southwest, typically y'all have done me right, so I usually shout out Southwest while I'm telling people, where they should, or which, who they should fly with. But man, I know some people right now who are trying to get workarounds so they can make it back home. They're in Vegas right now and they're trying to work their way back home. So fingers crossed for them. Fingers crossed for all the people who have massive cancellations. And they are saying there's a good chance of more cancellations to come. So regardless if it's a walkout or if it's just because of them not being able to find enough people to work, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Just, it's a sign for things to come. I'll tell you what. Either way, what do you think? Leave a comment below. Is this actually from a protest or is this from something else? Either way, I think it sucks. But leave a comment as what what do you think? As well as, of course, if you enjoyed this video, hey, leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It really does help out a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Either way, thanks for watching, and we'll talk again real soon.